I can't live your dreams anymore.
Take my hand, son.
No more.
Now I hope that introduction really set the scene for the focal discussion of this video. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, as you can tell by the introduction and by the title, I'm going to be changing the way I game, changing the way I trophy hunt. I'm going to be taking a step back from playing those easy, very quick, grubby platinum trophies. That's right, so in that sense I'm going to be changing the way I trophy hunt. I'm a completionist, I'm always going to be completing the games that I play, and I kind of want to firstly explain why I've decided to make this change, and it comes down to two things. So the first thing I'm going to have to tell you is just take you through a story. So I was playing this game called Alien Destroyer, and it is a really bad, quick platinum trophy game. You literally, from a first person perspective, you shoot these floating aliens and it ain't a lot of fun. But what really made me have this epiphany was that the PlayStation 5 version was glitched, so it meant that basically the Platinum Trophy was actually almost unobtainable because it was so hard. It went from being this really easy first-person shooter game to a really disgustingly hard first-person shooter game because of how it basically limited how much you could move, so everything was hitting you. You basically couldn't survive because you couldn't avoid damage. It was pretty disgusting. So, I was getting a little bit annoyed. I was getting a little bit stressed, I'm not going to lie. I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to platinum this game. A patch came out and I earned the platinum, but I wasn't sure of this at the time. And that's when I had like this epiphany. It hit me like a ton of bricks. And the best way to display what I was thinking is from a cut from one of my favourite TV shows of Peep Show.
I revived her! I revived!
What the fuck am I doing? I'm in a wood in Kent with a plastic sword. I've crossed a line.
So yeah, I was literally thinking, what am I doing? I'm playing this terrible game. Yes, it was 70 pence, but I was playing it, I wasn't enjoying it, and I was like, why am I doing this to myself just so I can get a platinum trophy, which means nothing to anybody, so I can move up the leaderboards. I really wanted to. I've been telling myself for the past couple of years I want to be in the top 100 on PSN profiles for the UK. Not a small feat because there's a lot of competition in the UK, there's a lot of trophy hunters in the UK, so it's pretty challenging to do, and I was thinking if I got to the top 100 I'd need about 700 platinums probably, give or take, and I would be stuck in this position where I would have to keep playing grubby games. Like, they have a place, don't get me wrong, as a palate cleanser or something, whatever, if you will, but you know, 1 or 2 a month's fine. But when you're playing like 10 to 15 plus stacks, you know, up to like 30 easy games, that's pretty much where I'd have to be if I was to maintain a high rank in the leaderboards. So that kind of is putting me off. And the second thing is, we did a podcast, so I have the Platinum Podcast with me and my good friend Joel, also known as Guy Faruski, and we talk about gaming, trophy hunting, and we have guests on. So this week we were joined by Josh from the Platinum Trophy, and he said something very interesting about himself as a YouTuber, someone who was a trophy hunter who's taken a step back, which I'm going to put in now. It's only about 40 seconds, and this really hit hard with me.
Sounds like he knows a thing or two about grubby platinums.
I do.
But look, I think they played a good thing as a palate cleanse, but it became too much, and I think they became too much. And I felt like, what kind of if that's how I felt about them, then what kind of a role model would I be if I was still advocating for them when I have a platform to do so? So I thought, you know what, let's put a foot in the ground and make a decision and stick to it, and that's what I've done. I thought we agreed that we were both doing that. Wasn't that part of what you? You said that.
I'm just weak, Josh. Weak. I'm not strong enough. I'm not as strong as you. So yeah, you know, we had a little bit of a laugh and a joke on the podcast, but it did make me wonder, you know, as someone who has, you know, a platform to talk about trophy hunting, should I really be advocating for these easy games that are potentially just cash grabs? Because that's pretty much what a lot of them are. You know, those games that are coming out that are like 1, 2, 3 minute platinums. There's no doubt in my mind that they are cash grabs. So should I really be advocating for them? Probably not. So on that, I've set myself a challenge for May. There's a few things I'm going to be doing in May and the rest of April. I have been doing this since like about a week ago anyway. I just want to say how I could do it before I made a video on it. But my rules are going to be pretty simple. Firstly, I'm not going to play any games that has a platinum trophy with a rarity of 60% or higher. That pretty much eliminates all the grubby games. There's a few telltales that do sit above that, but for this month experiment in May, I'm going to be playing games that are with platinum trophies that are rarer than 60%. Now that clearly does not show to you that I'm going to be playing disgustingly hard games, because You know, everyone plays differently, everyone games differently. I don't want to spend all my time sweaty and grinding through difficult games. You know, I play games to relax and to escape from the world, not to sweat and rage quit every 10 seconds like a lot of people like to do. That's not me. I like it from time to time. Like, I'm playing Remnant from the Ashes, which is an unbelievable game. The DLC is definitely disgustingly hard and I've enjoyed doing it. But, you know, I'm ready for some easier games. So the games I'm actually going to be playing for May, I think, are going to be Watch Dogs Legions. I'm going to finish Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, which is my 449th platinum. And this is another thing, I set myself a goal of 500 platinums by the end of the year, and I was on like 395 in January, and I'm already at almost at 50. I've earned more than 50 platinums. It's only April, so I'm thinking at the rate I was earning them I was earning them too much. That to me was kind of another thing that made me think I am playing too many easy games, because I've only played about 10 full games this year, if that. So kind of thinking, well, should I have this many platinum trophies? I think as well there's this quite frequent discussion amongst trophy hunters, amongst, you know, casual trophy hunters, about the platinum trophy being devalued because of so many easy games coming out there. I think that is 100% the case. I think these games coming out now are definitely showing that, and I think with the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4 are actually in there's been quite a worrying precedent set where games are coming out for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, which means the stacks are doubling. And I actually thought that with the PlayStation 5 came with the PlayStation Vita being closed, that the amount of stacks was actually going to slow down. But in fact, there was games coming out that were only coming out for PlayStation 4, whereas now they're coming out for PlayStation 4 and 5, and some of them are having up to like 4 different regions, so we're looking like 8 stacks for a single game. So realistically, over this generation, over the next 7 to 8 years, people are probably going to hit, the top people are probably going to be hitting like 5,000 to 7,000 platinum trophies, which is absolutely insane, not phenomenal. It's kind of staggering to think that like this is all it is now, just numbers. And do I want to advocate for it? I don't know. I'm not too sure where I want to be. I'm just doing an experiment because it's hard to make big changes in your life, and I've been playing these easy games for quite a long time, but I think it's come a time where I'm feeling like I need to take a step back from them, because they're not really providing much to me. Like, initially I played them, and I do play a lot of them a lot of the time, is when I want to unwind and I want to like watch an episode of someone's podcast or watch a TV show, and I kind of like play the easy games while I do something else. But it's come a point where some of them are just so unenjoyable. I've already taken steps and measures to cut out the ones I don't enjoy, so I don't like puzzle games, I don't like games with collectibles. I'm only really going to play at the moment the games that are like super easy, like maybe a really easy visual novel or a simple side-scrolling platformer, and that's kind of all you'll see me playing on my PSN. But even that, I'm thinking that it's time to take that step back as well. And also I'm going to be putting myself a challenge out there, which I encourage you all to do. If you feel like you need to save money, let's just put like a pause on buying games. There's so many deals out there from Sony, from, you know, everywhere, but mainly from Sony on their digital store. There's so many incentives to try and make you spend your money, and realistically I've got so many games up there that I haven't even played, and I'm thinking, well, do I need to buy more games? No. So no easy platinums and no purchases of games as my challenge to myself for May of 2021. Who knows if I'm going to keep going? I kind of think I would like to, but, you know, who knows? At this point, I don't want to commit overly too much, because, you know, it kind of can be a bit addictive when you're competitive and you're trying to move up the leaderboards, which is definitely something that I am. I'm quite a competitive person, but to what end? If it means nothing to me, then I shouldn't be doing it. Like, that's the thing about trophy hunting. Like anything, when you're doing something very trivial, if it only matters to you. So you shouldn't listen to what other people say. You shouldn't be saying, oh, you don't play this game, don't play that game, because if it's important to you, then you just do you. And I'm not trying to say this to anybody who's playing easy games to put you down. You just do whatever you want to do. But for me, someone who has a small platform in the community, I don't really want to be advocating for these games that are just cash grabs, which is essentially what they are. And on that, let me know what your thoughts are on the easy platinum trophy situation. Let me know if you've set yourself any goals for May of 2021, any goals for 2021 in general in terms of gaming. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are, obviously, on me saying this. And thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.